Heyo guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm driving the 1969 Ford Mustang Fastback. Now, in this multi-class race, I'm using my V8 build for multi-class. And of course, when Marina kind of started up, for those who don't know, me and my buddy Unearthly had a bit of a back and forth between who could get a better lap time in this very car, using build and such, which, whether that's still ongoing or not, I'd have to talk to him about and stuff like that, but I figured, you know what, I had my old personal record up, using the inline 6 and a Pro charger, or positive displacement charger, I forget which one, I'd have to double check that build, but my original time was a 111.231, so we're going to see how well the motor swap handles. Now, we're running the 302 cubic inch Boss 302 motor, the stock motor for lack of better terms, and it's naturally aspirated, so far doing pretty good. Got a newer Comaro behind us who is slowly catching up going into this double left-hander, but we got a couple of cars. I think I seen a Mercedes and I think a Trueno. I'd have to double check the standings, but either way, JML Racing and Joseph Hugo are proven to not be too much of a hassle, at least so far. Standings start being 117.2. Can't complain with that whatsoever. Build-wise, by the way, guys, it's pretty much the same. Widest tires I could possibly get, and of course, just the tune that fits my driving style. Anyways, going into this hairpin right, so far it's looking like it's just me in the lead, just trying to get away from everyone, trying to go for the best possible lap time I possibly can. Winning this race is not the goal, it is just seeing if I can't set a new record in this car, which I'm not going to spoil anything, because we're going to see how well that works in the end. I messed up this turn real bad, I ain't gonna lie. Gave JML and Honey Badger a good chance to start catching up, but luckily I'm able to start pulling away, and so far not bad. A 112.4, and Forza's math was way off once again. Can't complain, can't complain. It is a game built from the ground up after all. As tired as some racing player, or yeah, some racers might be tired of hearing that, but either way, so far pulling ahead once again, just trying to get as far away from them, mainly due to the fact the further I get away from them, at least by assumption, the better my time will be. So starting to get some S-Class drivers behind me. Looks like he's going to tuck up in my draft and get around me quite easily in that Mercedes AMG. Looks like it's just a standard race model. I ended up blocking up the brakes there because I almost went into the back of him, so even if this lap was better, it wouldn't count because it is dirty. Not even going to count dirty laps, by the way. Anyways, lap 2. Not doing too much better. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Gave Honey Badger and JML a little bit of a breath to try and catch up. Probably should have pulled off the map to name these turns, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's not the best voiceover. Kind of doing this a little late, doing this on a Thursday instead of a Sunday when I normally do it. And with this hairpin, I do take a little wider than I normally want to, because I got S-Class behind me, and for those that have been playing multi-class for a while, you would know that S-Class does not seem to like to share the track in multi-class, so kind of just got to give them a little bit of extra leeway. Finally remembering where my braking point is, going to this double left. And I managed to get a good entry and exit couldn't be more proud of myself, if I say so myself. I think I lost most of my time there was lost due to S-Class forced me off my line, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I cannot complain about that at all. Slowly trying to pull away from Honey Badger as I can, but he's going to start a Camaro Mustang rivalry once again, so. But again, my goal in this video, not to win, but to set a better lap time, set a new personal record. As I got a BMW behind me, so I decided, you know what, let's just let him on through. Along with the Cadillac. We also got a Porsche there, I think, who's just gonna head right out. And Honey Badger is slowly but surely starting to catch up. And now he's really starting to close the gap. So he obviously has a lot of power under the hood of that Camaro of his. Either a lot of power, or he's got the stock motor, and it just goes to show Camaro made some really good changes to their motor in the Camaro over the years. Also, as a Mustang fan, I do gotta say, gotta show the opposite side some support and some respect. Because let's face it, without the rivalry between the Mustang and the Camaro, we probably wouldn't have the muscle car craze that we have in America. You know, like the Chargers, your GTOs, your Challengers, all those cars probably wouldn't really exist if it weren't for this little rivalry that we got going on in between Chevy and Ford. Excuse me. Finally able to take that hairpin as I wanted to. Didn't have anyone to get in my way, and looks like me and Honey Badger are just leaving Joseph and JML to the dust. This looks like it's just going to be me and him battling it out for the top two, and I completely butchered this double left. I think I looked at my rear view for just a little too late and missed my braking point. Either that or I got a little bit of aero wash from the Camaro, which I thought was mainly a GT racing issue, but it could be in the open class as well. Something I haven't really tested at all. Nor did I really try to look out for it, but anyways. And to try and focus on a good lap, if I can. Not so much butchering this right-hander, or left-hander I should say, but trying to get the best possible exit as I can. Because we do got Honey Badger right behind me, and he is within my draft, so he's probably going to use that to his advantage. Going to this double left, and of course, I'm going to guess he's in a power build, because he is keeping up really good. Or again, like I said earlier, it's probably Chevy's new motor technology that they threw in the Camaro that is really proving that over time, the Camaro did get better. Just like I'll say the Mustang got better over the years, but we'll leave that discussion for a whole separate time and place. But anyways, Honey Badger right on my backside, probably waiting for me to make a mistake. He's probably enjoying the Mustang Camaro showdown just as much as I am right now, as he tries to make a move but backs out quite a bit. Probably a bit of a hesitant move. He probably thought I was going to take it a lot tighter than I did. And that's where the power is going to start making itself known. I didn't quite listen in on that. For those with better hearing or a better trained ear than I did, or in fact, I'm going to stay quiet for a minute. Kind of sounded like a V8 from where I was. Didn't sound like the inline 6. The inline 6 is a little too quiet for me to hear it as far behind him as I am. Now, one thing I have on him is cornering ability, so you're going to see if I can't use that to try and catch up, but by way of racing line, it seems like we're pretty evenly matched by the looks of it. He probably just has a little bit more horsepower, or his car is just a little bit lighter. Yeah, I couldn't tell what motor that was. Like I said, if you guys were able to hear that, let me know in the comments down below what you think it is. But anyways, now it's literally just me and him. Joseph is still behind us. JML is also still behind us. They're probably going to have to hope that the two of us pit, which I think we're both on street and sport tires respectively, so that's not going to happen anytime soon this race. Or they're going to have to hope that the axles in both our cars lock up at the same exact time, as I completely go off track there and ruin this potentially better lap. But anyways, they're both starting to catch up a little bit. Well, at least Joseph is. JML, not so much. Seems like he's really struggling back there. As I'm just keeping an eye on the taillights on this, what is it, the 6th generation Comaro, 5th generation? Someone's got to let me know down in the comments down below. I don't really know my generations of Comaro all that much. All I know is that they got different years. They got the IROC Z and the ZR1. Words are not easy from time to time. Especially when you're trying to get this voiceover done so you can get a video out and start playing some cache cleaning simulator. That has been my latest addiction as of late, so I might stream that one of these days, if I ever get back into streaming. Anyways, executing that left-hander as good as I possibly can. I hit the brakes a little too soon, had to let off and then get back on there, which is something you really don't want to do. Going around this carousel right. Didn't take the best possible line through there for this car, but it was good enough to get the job done. Almost went off course there, and the left side of the car started getting a little bouncy there, so had to let off just a little bit, but second score was still pretty high. Got a nice little tap from S-Class there. Not enough to mess with the race, but enough to ruin a potentially better lap. Which, if I look at it right, I think it was at a 111.8 or a 111.7, one of the two. See when crossed the line, and both Joseph and JML Racing both quit so far. I think my lap time was a little worse because I did let my frustration get the best of me after that little paint trading between me and S-Class there. Probably irrational, but that's the best excuse I got as far as why I did a little bit worse. Gotta go kicking up some cones as well.
Flag penalty received.
Getting a little bit of a penalty in the process. Not intentional, but it is what it is. I figured, you know what, those cones needed moved anyways. We didn't need them, so let's just go ahead and kick them out of the way. And besides, it's only me and Honey Badger, and I know Honey Badger has me on the straightaway. And for those that don't know Marina, this straightaway is probably where you're going to make a lot of your moves. So if you could balance between power and grip, you're probably going to be doing just fine on this track. That's where I think a lot of my better times come from multi-class, at least on this track. Anyways, a 112.2, but it was dirty, so wouldn't have even counted to begin with. Taking that left-hander almost flawlessly. carousel right. Can I manage to keep it between the lines? I can. Taking 0.2 of a second off my time. Got 5 minutes left in the race. Again, number one goal of the race was to try and set a new record if I possibly could. Lost a little bit of time going around that left hairpin, but still a better lap as of right now. Going down to the straightaway. I know I'm not going to catch up to that Camaro. We got a couple of people in S-Class starting to catch up. And to hit the brakes a little much. Bad Eva. The Diva ended up going off track there. I'm holding my line, not even giving it to S-Class as of right now. So I want my better lap time, and slightly better, only 0.08 of a lap, or of a second better. Got a Viper behind me trying to get around, so I just go ahead and let him on through. Which may have cost me in the end, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Going to do the same thing I do as I just completely lose control of the car. I decided to stay on the gas for a little too long there, gave it a little too much, and almost did a 360. And only 2 seconds slower, so I can't complain whatsoever. Besides, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's only me and Honey Badger on the track, so, you know, because the other two are quitters. And I've been noticing that a lot here as of late. Seems like we're getting a lot more players where if they can't win, it's either within the first lap or two that they quit, or they only make it about halfway and then they're quitting. Is that just me, or are other people noticing that? Let me know down in the comments down below. Because I know I was racing with Colonel Mustard, I think it was the other day or a couple days ago, where we ran into someone who was messing him up, Drake checking him and all of that, and halfway through the race, he just up and quit, and I'm just sitting there, we're both, well, me and the Colonel are both sitting there scratching our heads wondering, okay, what was your reason for that one? Sorry about that little bit of word vomit. But anyways, cutting off about 0.4 of a second on this lap. Just wonder if I can't hold it going around these final few corners. Got A-Class behind me. I'm going to try to avoid him like the plague. And I almost lose control of the car right then and there. Managed to clean it up quite nicely. Is it still enough to set a better lap time? Just slightly. A 1:11.7. Doing a little bit better. But it does not look like we're going to beat our previous best lap time. We will have to see though. This left-hander hairpin once again. I think it's called Hotel, judging by the stadium and all that. I could be completely mistaken though. Sorry if I give you guys false info, and this lap is not gonna be it. I'm already down 0.6 of a second because the back end decided, well, I pushed the back end just a little out too wide, and I am paying the price for it. Anyways, I catch up to a 370Z as well, who brakes quite a bit going into this double left. I ended up going completely sideways, doing one up on who was it? Lucas Black that played Sean in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, and he drove that Mustang at the end. There I am actually colliding with A-Class there. Do a nice little 360 for you guys, just for the hell of it. And we got 15 seconds left in the race. I unfortunately did not beat my previous best lap, but at the same time, I think, what was that, 5/10 slower? I can't really complain about that too much, so. Anyways, guys, pretend I said something corny here to get you to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't be a quitter in your race, and I hope to see you guys next time. See y'all later.